Do you struggle to survive around
to crown a champion of Velocity Online Racing Season number 5 as we welcome you into Chicagoland Speedway as we are ready for some racing as the cars roll off. Unfortunately, a little bit of a late start for me this evening. It has been one hectic week at work, so I apologize for the late start. Julian, I've been kind of, not venting to him, but almost explaining to him what's going on and yeah, so on and so forth. But basically, a lot of things going on. Starting grid over on the left-hand side, as you see Thomas Geisler starting on the pole alongside Nicholas Sudik. Also, Nick DeGroot and Alex Van de Sant there in row number 2. And of course, with the pole sitter Geisler, for him, that is a pole award, which of course is always presented by Circle B Diecast. If you use the word Foxworth Autosport, you can get free shipping on anything over $20 inside of the U.S. and Canada on NASCAR and IndyCar Diecast. So make sure you check them out again, CircleBDiecast.com. So appreciate, again, everybody being here this evening. You see a championship battle. We will go over the point standings and stuff throughout the race here to get everybody caught up. But unfortunately, this is the circumstances on my end. So I apologize for being late this evening for the broadcast, but we're on the air. We're getting ready for 167 laps to crown a champion of Season 5 VOR IndyCar season from Chicago Green. You are going to see a draft race just like you did 2 weeks ago in Daytona. Just not as wild, maybe, but you're going to see the draft come into play. As off turn 4, the lights are going to slowly come on. The apron is not allowed to be used, and Geisler will lead lap 1. Now, as I've been talking about it all week long, it was brought up to my attention that the viewers and the participants in the league and racers and stuff were like, Scala, we kind of like that old black ticker you used to use for our league. And I was like, all right, 10-4. So here we are on track with it for you guys to enjoy. Of course, we have our cameras presented by Track Cams 4 Gourmet. You can look online and check them out at trackcams22.com as we are on board with Geisler through turn 3 and 4. A lot of big news to talk about this evening. A bunch of schedules being released, including Season 6. The schedule is out. So we are looking forward to presenting that there for you here this evening. A very bumpy Chicagoland Speedway, but a very fun one to race at virtually. No matter what car you're in, from the street stock all the way to an Indy car, it's always a great time. As you look right here, what, 12, 13 cars already in a pack. You see Alex Van de Sant there. And to the high side, you see Sudik in that, what used to be Taco Bell car, different sponsor now, is last week's, or 2 weeks ago's Daytona winner, Kresge on pit road and destroyed. Well, that just tells you how humbling of a sport this is. Goes out and shocks the world, winning in Daytona, and now he's crashed here on lap 6, unfortunately. Guys picking up right where they left off 2 weeks ago. Daytona, caution-free race. 100 laps, 250 miles around that thing, and here we are tonight. Pretty smooth start here in these first 7 laps. Craig Forsyth starting to jump into the picture here. Gavin Sanders also, who is in this battle up here in the top 20 right now. All right, so while they race here, let's take a look as we go into the evening, the point standings for the championship. As you see, Alex Van de Sande leading David Porcelli by 20. All Alex has to do is pretty much outrace Porcelli, and he will be a back-to-back champion. Julian Altina with a very slight chance he could be in, and it's pretty much those three guys for that championship. Meanwhile, on the team side of things, VOR, it's got a pretty good-sized lead over LMC Gear, but anything can happen, of course, as we go into this race here this evening. But that is where we stand right now in the point standings as we enter tonight's 250-miler at the Chicagoland Speedway. You see Van de Sande up there in the 4th position right now. Meanwhile, Porcelli has climbed up to 19th. There he is right there in the Porcelli car, right in front of Sebastian Kinder in the 19th position. Started back in pretty much dead last, 24th position there. Kresge has left pit road and is on his way. Hey, Sam. Good to see you, buddy. And for those joining us, obviously, one thing I haven't had a chance to explain is the hectic week. I'm actually still in my work clothes right now. And when I get done, actually, I'm going back to work for a little bit. It has been that crazy of a week, and I appreciate everybody still coming to join us here on the Captain Esports Network. Unfortunately, when you work for a delivering company like FedEx, you work some pretty interesting hours in the month of December. Ryanair King or somebody back here blinking as we complete lap 13 already. So the one thing you will see is the pit road times and stuff, of course, down at the bottom of the screen. You will see that. You also have for you back on the screen here the last laps and stuff of the car we're focused on. You see Shane Coogan there, that red, black, and yellow, number 29. Nice looking paint scheme on that one. Look, it's the whole pack, all top 20 within 2.5 seconds right now of the field. Chicagoland's a blast. You need to be on this track a lot, buddy. Trust me on that one. You see Craig Forsythe to the inside of Coogan there as he drafts his way up. Geisler has led all 17 laps so far. Just keep it parked right on that bottom line. And make those cars go around that top side. That is the way you do it around here. Check back here, Oscar Fredrickson, the 12 car there, also the 13, Lewis Woodall. Kite Bombersbach, who's fallen back 9 positions here. Kite maybe just trying to get into a rhythm here in this red, black, and white VOR car. There in the 14th position as he is right there with Gary Gonzo. Good to see him on track tonight. Gary and I haven't really had a chance to talk much. We were going to do our broadcast of the new American Online Open Wheels series of Isaacs, but unfortunately I wasn't able to be there Thursday night due to, guess what? And we'll get that broadcast on hopefully this weekend. Shouldn't be a problem, maybe tomorrow. But tonight's about VOR, and this awesome series here that has been green for 21 straight laps so far. Dakota DeMay up to the second position in the Sunset Arctic Games car. Of course, his teammate right there in the lead. Top 23, so 23 out of 24 cars are within 4 seconds right now of the lead. Great racing here to get started this evening. Of course, as this race goes on, you'll start to see handling kind of come into play. You'll see a little bit of the weight jacker and all the tools being used. Dakota's kind of hanging out there. Not sure if he's saving some draft behind his teammate. Unlikely what we're seeing here. Looks like the top 6, 7 cars, 8 cars, single file right now. I thought Dakota was going to poke his nose out there for a second. Good racing so far to get this thing started. You see Sudik, Van de Sant, De Groot. You wonder how nervous Alex is kind of sitting there in fourth, knowing that anybody makes a mistake, and it could be game over for him this evening. And so far doing a pretty good job. Just kind of being patient there as they come up on the back of a lap car, which is the 77 Crest G. And he just goes to the apron, gets out of the way. Smart move on his part. But also one of the rules, too, about staying out of the way in this kind of a situation. So everybody being very respectful out here, just kind of giving each other room. Some good racing, some clean racing. You wonder how much respect maybe that these drivers now have earned for each other after that Daytona race, because it was such a fantastic race and such a tight race for a while, that these guys were able to get out there and just kind of run with each other and not have any kind of issues out there on the track. And I think you're seeing more of that respect here this evening. Kind of diving to the bottom there just a little bit. Geisler led all 35 laps here so far, so he's been the one that's keeping himself up to clean air, but you got to be very careful again with the clean air because you're going to be the one burning the fuel up. But with that, though, the clean air, best handling car. Mitchell Riggs there in the 12th position right now. He's up 7 spots from where he started. Mitchell was really fast in Daytona last week. Unfortunately, had some issues there towards the end. So I'm guessing they can go about 45 to 50 or so on a tank of fuel. Lap still in the 25-second range. I'm actually surprised how they've only fallen off about 3/10 of a second so far from the start of the race. This track usually is one of those tire eaters. But they have done a fantastic job of holding on and keeping the handling in play and also keeping his draft strong. Geisler's fastest lap, a 25.2. Ran a 4 the last time by, so as you see, the speeds are not much off. Gavin Sanders up 9 positions right now. He's in the 10 car, 6th position right now as we run on board with the 2-time winner this season. Finally got that proverbial monkey off his back and now is looking to continue that momentum. You see 6th gear. Going to drop it down to the bottom here of DeGroot at 41. Ooh, that sun's got to be playing a role a little bit going into turn 3. Again, this is the Apex Sage Coaching IndyCar Series from the Velocity Online Racing Series. Season 6 going to be coming up in January, but so many fun things VOR has coming up. We'll be talking about here into the future on your home of VOR Racing. This is Captain Esports Network. As pit stops have started, Thomas Geisler, I mentioned the leader, not getting the best fuel mileage. Here he is. 45-mile-an-hour speed limit. Got to be careful going into your stall. Do not want to drive down the right side. And he pulls away now. Dakota DeMay on pit road. It's a good stop there. As you see down at the bottom of the pit box and how it all works. As here comes Dakota DeMay to pit road. So on the left side, the total amount of time on pit road. The right side is the total pit time. It says pit right now, but then eventually when he leaves his pit stall here shortly, you'll see the pit word change to time. And there it is, 10.2 for him. So a good stop when it is all said and done. So the cars do enter off of turn 3, I believe, and then exit off of turn 2. And for those who haven't had a chance to see it yet, because I haven't shown it yet, here is your information about tonight's race. On the screen, 18-degree corners, of course, multiple grooves, difficult to pass the leader. Obviously, when you get that bottom line, it is 50-mile-an-hour on pit road, I mistakenly said. But as you see, you got to enter over there in turn 3 where that yellow mark is, and then exit all the way where the blue mark is there in turn 2 of tonight's championship race here in season number 5. So there's the 2 cars coming off pit road together. And now we got Sudik and Musselman on pit road. Musselman has been outside the draft most of the race, unfortunately for him, as he started the race on pit road, but the group now going to the lead. And Sudik with a fast 9.3 second stop. Appreciate Joseph Grijalva watching tonight. Of course, Mr. Blackwood, who wanted to race tonight, but unfortunately was unable to. Oh, now caution is out, trouble, and it looks like the 4 of Ryanair King is in the wall, and Joe Harleman has gotten the wall. So 2 cars bringing out the caution. Oh, and not the right time to be the drivers who just came to pit road, including Sudik and them. A caution out for the first time. As Harleman comes to pit road, so does Ryanair King. They both jump in. Let's see what transpires here. I wonder if it had something to do with pit stops. Let's see. Ryanair King comes to pit road, and that Apex Sage. Oh, he loses the back end. Oh, no. Shades of Alex Zanardi's wreck. Oh, that looked way too familiar, except for Alex. He was coming off of pit road. Harleman nowhere to go. Ryanair King just loses the back end. And that car is just disintegrated. On board here. That track's very dirty down there. Wow. All right, let's watch pit stops. as everybody comes down pit road here. Four tires and fuel for everyone. Race off pit road. Van de Sant. The point leader going to win the race off pit road. So that is where we stand as of now. All right, so while we got a break in the action, obviously we've talked about the points and stuff and didn't get really a chance to do much of a pre-race with my really hurried up intro that we had to do this evening. So let's talk a little bit about season number 6. The schedule has been released, and here it is for you starting January 8th, Auto Club Speedway for a 300-mile late afternoon event. Of course, we go to Atlanta Motor Speedway. I believe it's one of the first trips for this league there on that worn-out 1.54-mile track. That'll be a 250-mile event. Then we go to Twin Ring Motegi's road course. That'll be a fun race. And then the Oval for 250 miles, 2 straight weeks in Japan. I feel like I've done that before. Long Beach for race number 5. That'll be a good one there. Richmond Raceway. You want to see a short track? Ooh, that's going to be a fun one. How about this one? Round 7, March 12th, the Indianapolis Bike Course. So this is, they run the Speedway the actual way, but they run it on the road course. Going to be interesting there. Of course, the Speedway on March 26th, Milwaukee Mile, the streets of Detroit, Nashville Super Speedway, and wrapping up May 7th at Homestead Miami Speedway. So that is going to be a fun one come season 6. As you see the wave rounds going by, as we should get one to go this time for season 6 of this VOR IndyCar Series. Not only that, but the season 4 of the Euro Series, that has been released also. And that'll start also January 8th at Auto Club Speedway. They'll run the Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix course, Spa, the Hungaroring, of course, Long Beach also on the 18th, I think that is, or 19th. Red Bull Ring, Indianapolis's bike course, and finish up on the Oval March the 28th for a 200-mile race there. So there's 2 of the schedules that are being released. We got plenty more coming here in just a little bit, including the Christmas Cup and an IR05 series. Not sure what that is, but okay. As we go back to the green. Alex Van de Sant leading Nick de Groot, and look at Gavin Sanders up to the 3rd position. And look, Alex is like, I don't want to lead this race. Gives it right back to de Groot so he can do some fuel save. Shane Coogan there in the 4th position. How about this guy? Cameron Bostain, the 86 car, running in the 8th position right now, having a good run. We ride with Forsythe down into turn 3 and 4. Here, a little lift out of the throttle, but otherwise not much. We are pretty much all but wide open through these corners. Sudik, 17th position, just ran the fastest lap of the race. Meanwhile, for the lead, all the way from 15th to 1st, Gavin Sanders wants a turn up front. Shane Coogan going to jump up to second to Groot Cohen-Evans, now up to the 4th position after starting 15th. And then Van de Sande, his teammate, right there in 5th. Matter of fact, 4th, 5th, and 6th right now, all LMC gear cars. But they're trying everything they can to get that team championship tonight. There's my compadre in the booth, usually during other IndyCar Series races, the 3 of Gary Gonso. Gary up there running in the pack right now. 11th position for him. And you know, one point they were going to find each other during the race, but right here, 2 cars apart now. They were 1 apart for a second. The 15 of Porcelli is caught up to the back of Alex Van de Sande. Now, obviously, from my way of learning how to championship race, if you're Alex, your guess or your goal is to keep Porcelli in your sights the whole time, because usually if he's in your sights, he's within range for you to win that championship. So you know he's going to keep an eye on what that 15 does. We have almost made the 100-mile mark already in this Chicagoland Indy 400. Let's check back on some of the cars that had to take the wave around to get back on the lead lap. Let's start with Geisler, who's only up to the 16th position right now. I think Thomas just being maybe a little patient right now with him. And then Dakota DeMay back here in the 22nd position, kind of out here running by himself. Sure, the dirty air is also playing a role. And there are your top 2 in points side by side for position, as Porcelli has gone around Van de Sande. Porcelli rocking his way up through the field, up to 3rd, trying to get 2nd now. And while this is going on, I'm going to send a shout out to all the viewers watching tonight. Appreciate you guys checking out the Captain Esports Network. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. So if you're watching on Facebook or watching on Twitch, you can hit this follow or subscribe over there also, and get notifications when the captain's on the air and be a part of the broadcast. Of course, tomorrow night we'll have the Super Speedway King Series from Sim 500 as Porcelli going for the lead. Leads that lap, I believe, by about a nose. Porcelli now all of a sudden leads that lap, and now he's like, all right, to the back. And then, of course, I believe, are bonus points and stuff like that on the line. That's why he went and did that. But yeah, David, all the way from 24th to leading that lap there just a few minutes ago, gets in line. And this is looking like a restrictor plate or super speedway race. And all of a sudden, remember a second ago I was talking about Thomas Geisler being in 14th? Yeah, he's 4th now. What was it, like 2 laps ago? There's something about this bottom line he's got hooked on. Geisler just rolling the bottom and making moves. As Geisler's gone all the way to the front from taking the waiver on at that last caution. I would say that's pretty impressive. Back here around the 12th position, Christian Alejo in that 81 car. A yellow car on the bottom, that's A.J. Musselman, who, remember, started from the pit, so he's now in the pack for the first time. Of course, Cohen Evans also there with Mitchell Riggs and Kite Bommersbach. All right, so we talked a little bit about the schedules for the series. We showed you Season 6. We've showed you the Euro Series, Season 4. Now, let's show you the IndyCar Series 2005 schedule. Yeah, this is an interesting one to be a part of. That'll start January 8th, Homestead Miami Speedway. Under the lights there for 125 laps. Then it's the old Phoenix International Raceway for 125 laps around that. Of course, Indianapolis on the 22nd of January. Texas Motor Speedway, the old track. That will be February 5th. The Richmond Raceway under the lights for 124 laps there. Nashville Super Speedway, like the Indy cars used to do back in the day. The old Michigan Speedway on March 5th. The old Kentucky Speedway, March 12th. Iowa, which is going to be the quasi-Pikes Peak Raceway, if you remember that track back in the day up in Colorado. I believe it was a half-mile track. And then Auto Club Speedway, April 2nd, be the 10th race of the IndyCar 2005 schedule. So throwing it back a little bit. Should be a fun one there. And then last but not least, the one that you're going to see very near this time next week, the Christmas Cup schedule, Classic Christmas Cup, that will run the old Pocono Raceway coming up next Saturday for 60 laps there. And then the next day, they're running Phoenix Raceway on December 12th. Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the 18th, and then 19th, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Nashville Auto Club. Nashville will be the, Saturday night before Thanksgiving? Wait, let's see, that'd be Friday night because Thanksgiving's on, or Christmas. Whatever holiday's coming up, it's on the 25th, and that'll be 2 days before that. Then Auto Club Speedway the day after New Year's, and that will be the last of those 6 races. Green flag around 4 o'clock Eastern time. So there's all your information. Great race schedule coming up for VOR. They got a lot of great things going on. You can always hit up Julian Altina, Robert Sadler, Gary Godso, or any of the admins, Matt Houston, those guys, if you need information about those series. Speaking of Matt Houston, there he is in the 66 car hanging out in the back. 21st position right now for the previous Indianapolis winner. Across the line, we'll hit the halfway mark this time by 83 laps complete, 167, and only one yellow so far, and that was for whoopsies on coming to pit road from Ryan Air King, who spun around and collected Joe Harlman in the 20 car. Otherwise, it has been clean and green. As a matter of fact, we went over 160 laps of green flag racing straight, counting the last 2 races. All right, we're going to step away for a quick second. And, of course, this is the Apex Sage Coaching IndyCar Series from Velocity Online Racing. And in case you didn't know anything about Apex Sage Coaching and what they are all about, check this spot out here.
Do you struggle to survive around the toughest circuits? Are you fed up with making poor mistakes that end your races? Well, here at Apex Sage Coaching, we will help you reach your full driving potential. Whether it be a road course or an oval, we have a coach that will improve your ability. Over time, we will iron out those mistakes and make you become the driver you wish to be. And soon, you'll be making last stop passes for the win. For more information, reach out to us on Twitter at Apex Sage Coach.
There you go. Apex Sage Coaching, Isaac Morrison doing a great job with that. Appreciate what they are doing for this series also. As we watch Porcelli and Sudik battle out for the 5th position here. Alex Van der Sande right there behind him in the 7th position, doing his part also right now. Of course, our cameras tonight presented by TrackCams4Gourmet.com or TrackCams22.com. They are presented by TrackCams4Gourmet. You can always check them out online. Oval, road course, rally, cross, cameras, and so much more. Again, check them out, TrackCams22.com. And you also might notice down in the bottom, started over a week ago. It's the first time you guys have had a chance to be a part of it, but we are taking donations to help out Celiac Disease Foundation. If you do not know what celiac disease is, it is an autoimmune disease that affects the, oh, getting loose Sudik is. Whoa, that was catchy. But it affects the lower intestines and gluten when you intake that as you're eating or drinking or whatever. And basically my 2-year-old daughter unfortunately was diagnosed with that last year. And if you know somebody who has been diagnosed with celiac, or you have it yourself, or would like to learn information about it and how you can help out, you can always check out celiac.org or click the link down below and you could donate to the Celiac Disease Foundation. It is a very underrated disease, and it's my chance to show awareness to the people about what this is, because there's a lot of people in this world that do not know that they could have it. And how do you know you have it? Well, you can look at the symptoms there on the website, but I can tell you a few. Obviously, you might feel a little, I've kind of lost the term in my head, but not wanting to do much, just kind of lazy in a way, not feeling too good, but also throwing up and going to the bathroom constantly and just things like that. So you can look all that information up online at celiac.org, and we appreciate the foundation allowing us to be partners with them. So we'll take a minute to talk to you guys about that. So definitely a scary thing, especially when you have a 2-year-old that isn't able to talk much to you and is throwing up all the time, and we can't figure out what's wrong. And we've spent the last year just trying to feed her regular foods again, because she is just scared because she thinks she's going to throw up again, and it's traumatized her. That's the kind of stuff we've been through, and it stinks. So definitely want to bring awareness to you today. Thomas Geisler continuing to lead by a 10th over Shane Coogan, Gavin Sanders, Forsyth, and Van de Sande. Thomas has led the most laps, trying to pit in that last stint, and unfortunately the caution came out right afterwards. And he has had to take the wave around and get back on the lead lap. And not only has he done that, he's gone back to the lead of this race. Sudik in the 8th position. You saw him get loose just a few minutes ago. Right in front of him, of course, Porcelli in that 15 car. Doing a great job of presenting open multi-groove racing. I can't talk tonight. Forgive me. But multi-groove racing and stuff. And Thomas Geisler coming to pit road. Here we go, the second round of green flag pit stops. As I mentioned, you got to enter all the way from turn 3. And down to 50 mile an hour at that point right there. Geisler looking to get off the schneid, as we like to say, and get that first career win in this series. And he pulls away with a 10-second stop, so good job on his part. Now the question is, where will he cycle out as Shane Coogan's gone to the lead? Check on Julian back here. Julian, the boss man there, running the 31 car still tonight. A tribute scheme he ran 2 weeks ago. I think Julian might just be hanging out, waiting for this race to come to him a little bit and trying to go get this win. I would doubt that he's sitting back here running in 19th on purpose. Too talented of a driver as he goes around the 39 of Watson. Take a look at the pit strategy really quickly, as you know. Geisler came to pit road, and this is what it looks like right now as we come up on about the time we'll see leaders come to pit road. We've all hit about the 50 lap mark. Of course, they did have a couple laps of yellow, so they were able to save maybe a lap or so of fuel. De Groot right there in the 8th position, following Sudik into the corner. Of course, De Groot was up there in the front just a little bit ago and has fallen back just a little bit. Not sure if it's a handling thing or a fuel safe thing. As Dakota DeMay comes to pit road in the Sunset Arctic Games number 82. The video game creator comes in. And it looks like Shane Coogan also coming to the pit, so Mitchell Riggs going to lead. More tires and fuel, and they pull away. So there's your leader now, as Shane Coogan's going to come to pit road. So let's check out the 29. He is in his stall right now, along with Sebastian Kinder. We've got a 9.8 second stop. Sudik on pit road as Coogan pulls away, 9.6 himself. Cohen Evans on pit road along with Sudik. Well, here we go. Right in the middle, green flag pit stops yet again. And once again, caution's coming out. Julian Alton has crashed. And I think pit road might have bit somebody again. I'd say that 31's pretty beaten up. Let's see what happens to the 3-1er. He was having a not-so-Julian type of night, but I think he was just kind of laying back. And here he is, going to come to pit road, coming in pretty hot. Once again, the apron fights. This time, no, not a second car involved. He backs it up into the wall. I'm sure he's going to feel pretty embarrassed with that one. Meanwhile, the cars that just got lapped off pit road, they're like, here we go again. one more time. Just shows you, wow, that car, I think it was Watson, barely missed. Just shows you how dirty that apron is. Kind of crazy. So, what do you do if you're the leaders? And there's your leader right there, Matt Houston. And some of the cars did pit, I believe, here. And some have stayed out. And I'm actually going to go silent for just a quick second. And I'm going to go top off some drink myself, as I said, walked in the door a little bit ago. We're on day work and really had a chance to have a drink or anything. So I'm going to grab a quick drink as you guys enjoy, again, this spot from Apex Sage Coaching, the sponsors of the Velocity Online Racing Series on the Captain Esports Network.
Do you struggle to survive around the toughest circuits? Are you fed up of making poor mistakes that end your races? Well, here at Apex Sage Coaching, we will help you reach your full driving potential. Whether it be a road course or an oval, we have a coach that will improve your ability. Over time, we will iron out those mistakes and make you become the driver you wish to be. And soon, you'll be making last lap passes for the win. For more information, reach out to us on Twitter at Apex Sage Coach.
All right, so back we are, and just a couple of cleaning up things to do. One, no drivers involved or hurt in any of those incidents you saw in that commercial. Two, none of those were me. So it looks like a couple of the cars are going to come in and top off the fuel cell. Can these guys go 57 laps on a tank of fuel? The strategy is on. You know, big shout out again from the viewers. Thank you, Jim Herrick. As always, hope you and family are doing well. Miss Sherry and Miss Janet. Also, Mr. Grijalvo, hope you and the family out in El Paso are doing well. Mr. Blackwood. Anybody else watching tonight? Appreciate you guys joining us. I'm sure a few drivers are watching. It's about time for the segment that some might say is only for stock cars, but you know what? Nah. I treat everybody equally around here. It's on the Captain Esports Network. We do something called Turn It Up, and that's what we're going to do VOR style here on the Captain Esports Network. Here we go. got one car down in the grass as it looks like trouble on the track. It is Shane Coogan in the 29 car that has spun off of turn 4, it looks like. There's Shane. As we were just about to come back from the Turn It Up segment, he is spun to 29 and sitting down here at the exit of pit road. Lewis Woodall also involved, I believe, in this wreck. So let's see what transpired. Oh, right there. Looks like there was more than 2 cars involved in this. They were 3 wide with Geisler down on the inside. Woodall there in the middle. Coogan going to the outside here. Oh, and Coogan just snapped loose into the 13. I mean, I think... Oh, and that's going to leave a mark. Let's look at it one more time. Let's go on board with Shane here, and this is going to leave a mark. Never mind, that's net code. That wasn't no snap loose. That was huge net code. Let's rewind this again. I'm sorry, but you can't help but feel bad for these two. Look at this. How much gap do you need for net code? You can almost fit a 4th car in there. Wow. And look at this. Noblesville, Indiana, stand up. Godso's in the lead. Gary Godso looking to hit the Kamagoye on the rest of the field here and go to victory lane tonight. Let's say he needs to put that 3 right down on that white line. Oh, here comes Geisler, though. Geisler been one of the best cars all night. How he's been able to go through the field and just kind of be the Pied Piper all night. And that 16 car has been very impressive. Oh, Geisler up to second. Going to try the high side now after kind of get up in front of Riggs. Gary trying to decide if he wants to be a little defensive or not. He's going to make Geisler take the high side. You see Porcelli right behind him in the 4th spot, trying to get up here in the battle too. As remember, we do have that championship fight. Oh, Riggs is trying to stick that car where you're not supposed to. I mentioned Van de Sant entered this race tonight with a 20-point lead over Porcelli. Porcelli had a bad race at Daytona as Van de Sant had a great race. And because of that, of course, that point lead spread out to 20. And Alex tonight just needs a solid finish and be right there in the reins of Porcelli, and he will walk away with back-to-back championships. I wonder what Gotso's thinking right now. I mean, the dude, when he races, he's not afraid to share his thoughts and things like that. So him out front, he's probably very excited right now. I mean, then again, who wouldn't be? Riggs has gone up to second now. Geisler hanging on in the third position. You know what? Look back here. Look at the seventh position. Christian Alesio, who's having a fantastic run. That's so awesome for him. I hope his partner's watching. Oh, he usually has a fan that's watching and cheering him on. One thing that's really caught my eye here in the last few minutes, the separation of pack here, which, oh, by the way, Julian Alton is in that pack still. Remember, he kind of backed that car to the wall a little bit ago? He backed that thing up, as some might say. That car's in 11th right now. No offense, Joe. I was talking about his, I don't know if it's his girlfriend or whoever it is that's usually watching. I forget her name. Forgive me. Rowena, thank you. So the question here is who can make it on fuel and who can't? I can tell you one person who can't. And if I'm seeing this right, Thomas Geisler pitted at lap 96. So he is going to pit probably in the next 10 laps and go to the finish from there. Then it comes down to these guys. And I look at Gary Godso, who pitted at lap 109 right before we took the green flag. So in that case, can Gary go 58 laps? Look at there. Alesio up to the top 5. Cameron Boss staying up in the 7th position, doing a great job. Oh, here comes Geisler. Oh, no, definitely. You're burning more fuel up front. So here's what I'm starting to figure out. So we got this second pack of cars back here with Kite Bommersbach right behind Julian. You got AJ Musselman, Cohen Evans, Gavin Sanders. I think this is your fuel-saving group right here. These guys are running about a half second to almost 3/4 of a second slower than the pack. Now Julian's out leading it, so that's probably not helping him any. But these other cars, I wonder if this is the race-winning pack right here. All right, Godso's coming to pit road, it looks like. No, Gary's spinning, actually. And caution's going to come out. For the third time tonight, somebody spins at the apron at turn 3. And what a job by the 51 of Mitchell Riggs to stay off him. So 27 laps to go. And things just got very interesting. Look at Mitchell locking him up. Now, very interesting 720 there by Gary, I'll say. Let's jump back live. Pit stops. Porcelli, Alejo, Forsyth all stay out. Looks like Sanders, Fredrickson, Houston all stay out. And race off pit road easily going to be won by Geisler, so I think I might have to look into all these spam messages I'm getting. Like, I've been noticing a lot more of these lately. All right, so David Porcelli is going to lead this race as we come back to the green next time by. I believe we'll get one to go. Now, Alex Van de Sant is running in the 8th position right now. So, hypothetically, this race ends right now. Porcelli would actually jump Van de Sant and win the championship. However, that's why they won the race. So we'll come back to the green with 24 laps to go. race car going to hang a left, and here we go. Oh, and Porcelli didn't go, and Alagio's going to jump him. What happened there? Could we end up with 2 straight upsets? High side, Craig Forsyth going for second. You see Geisler trying to get to the high side. Van de Sande also in this battle. As 3 spots separate the top 2 in the points. Oh, that is tight. DeGroot almost went to the apron in the tri-oval by accident, and it almost caused a wreck, and now contact. Matt Houston's in the wall. And we will not go under caution because everybody got by. Tough break for the 66 as Geisler's jumped to second. And now with the fresh tires, Thomas Geisler to the lead. Boy, the race is really getting wild now. See Porcelli and Van de Sande running 3rd and 4th right now, right with each other. And Alex is going to go by for 3rd. He's going to try to get 2nd as Christian gave him the inside line. One car went to the apron back there, it looked like. Oh, hold on there, Porcelli. He got Will Squiggly there off turn 2. Good hard racing here at Chicagoland Speedway. My voice rose there because Godzo about got into Porcelli. The fresh tires are rising to the front. And look at the guy here in second. Remember who 153 laps ago was on pit road at the start of the race? Oh, and caution's out. And it appears to be Julian Altena, who this time is, well, broke his right rear. Are you coming back to pit road here for tires? happened to the 31? It's the first caution. Oh, he gets in the outside wall. That doesn't help things. Oh, and he must have had a broken. Oh, wow. And then he gets hooked with Evans. He must have had something break on his car. But this is the first caution that did not involve the apron of turn 3. Watch it one more time here. Julian's just going to catch the outside wall right there. And you almost wonder, you just see the car just getting loose. And right there, Cohen just finishes him. All right, so we do have some cars coming to pit road. Christian Alajo, one of them. Forsyth, Bostaine, Fredrickson, Watson, and Cohen Evans, who's probably going to get some damage fixed. So again, next season, season number 6, that schedule has been released. And it'll start January the 8th, first race of the season at Auto Club Speedway. Of course, as we enter tonight's race, that is your point standings. Van de Sant leading Porcelli by 20. And what has come down to pretty much a 2-car show now for the championship. So we'll go green with 10 laps to go. So can Thomas Geisler finish off what has been a dominant race for him? He's led the most laps tonight, but he's also had 2 situations where he's come to pit road and the caution has come out. And he waved off the caution, so we'll get one more lap here. Julian's dogging himself over here. All right, gonna go green, 9 laps to go. Geisler, Musselman, DeGroot, Godso, and Van de Sant, your top 5. Who's gonna win the race? Who's gonna win the championship? Will we see a back-to-back champion? Will we see a first-time champion? Will we see another caution? We'll ask another question. Either way, green flag. Here we go. Musselman with a real good draft on Geisler here. See if he can make a move. Not able to do so. DeGroot running up to the high side. Gary Godds. Oh, one car got the wall back there. And Ella Reckon. And it is. Oh, no. Porcelli's in it. Craig Forsyth also involved. Mitchell Riggs also involved. And right there, unfortunately, sits the championship hopes of David Porcelli, who had a fantastic rookie season, which involved a couple of wins. But unfortunately, going to end in a little bit of heartbreak for the season. Let's see what happens. I saw one car get out of shape, and it might have been Porcelli, actually. Yeah, right there. I saw a little bit of, and yep, bam. Wow, a couple pieces of debris hitting the crowd over there. Oh, wow. Alejo, Forsyth, nowhere to go. Watch it one more time. Watch the pieces of the 51 go up into the crowd. That was a lick. Let's right on board here with where's Christian at? There he is. Let's go leave him, Mark. That actually wasn't as bad as it could have been. How about Craig Forsyth's view? This one is going to hurt. That actually looked a lot worse on the live shot than it did on board. Let's just put it like it is. All right, so it looks like we're going to get one final shot. Because as you know, IndyCar racing, there's no such thing as old green-white checkers. All right, lights are off on the pace car. Looks like 3 to go. Oh, that's awesome, man. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, you guys be safe. We'll be back in January, of course. But, hey, I'm always on the air, so always come back and watch. So, I'll be on the air tomorrow night. So, all right, can Geisler get the win? Musselman, DeGroot, Godso, Alex Van de Sant. The top 5 combined wins of the top 4? Not many. I know Godso's got to win at St. Louis. Here we go. Green flag. What can Musselman do with the 16? Gonna get to his outside. And here comes DeGroot. Gonzo trying to protect the bottom also. Where have I seen this before? We're going to have a photo finish in Chicagoland, aren't we? White flag, final lap. Problem is, it might not be between 2 cars. It might be between like 5. Off of turn 4, Thomas Geisler. Welcome to victory lane in VOR as Van de Sant completes the journey for back-to-back championships. Is Alex going to stop there at the start-finish line? Going to let Geisler get out there and celebrate? I remember reading in a post, what was it, a week or 2 ago on the Discord page, said, "Don't worry, Thomas, your win is coming," I believe is the words I saw. And apparently that win was tonight at Chicagoland. Great win for that Sunset Arctic Games number 16. And for Alex, bringing home another championship to the LMCgear.com team. And of course, he just pierced the outside wall with the nose cone. Nice job. We take a look at the final results tonight. Geisler wins it. Musselman, Godso. Your top 3. We'll talk to those guys. If I can, I'll try to get a word with our with the 15 car Porcelli before we get off the air here and see how he's feeling after the unfortunate heartbreak on his end. Porcelli, that is, sorry. Van de Sant finishing 5th behind DeGroot. Bommersbach comes back to 6th. DeMay 7th. Sanders, Sudik, and Bostain at top 10. Christian Alejo, James Watson, Fredrickson, and Cohen Evans at top 14. Kinder, Forsyth, Riggs, Houston finishing in the 18th position. Thank you, sir. With the rest of the standings, Porcelli finishes 19th in the end. Kresge, who got that Daytona win, finishes 20th. Alton at 21st. Coogan 22nd. Lewis Woodall, Joel Harleman, and Ryan Eric King finishing in the 25th position this evening. And Julian made mention. Let me jump over to the website real quick, and we'll get you the final standings for the season here. Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure, Anthony. Good to see you around here. Probably one of my only viewers that watches all the leagues that I broadcast, to be honest with you, right there. Anthony Darlington, the perfect NASCAR name. Well, if I can find the league, I'll get it for you. There we go. VOR, IndyCar. He's at 5. As Thomas Geisler gets his first career win, I believe it is. And Van de Sant right there winning the points by 38 over David Porcelli. Julian Alton finishes 3rd. Oscar Fredrickson, Dakota DeMay going to end up your top 5 in the points. And what a season it was. Alex Van de Sant winning Indianapolis 3 straight years, and then winning the championship for a second straight year, as you see right there. VOR wins the points over LMC Gear by 24. So congratulations to Team VOR. We'll try to get a word there with Julian before we get off the air. But let's start talking to some drivers who are probably hanging out over here in Discord. I will jump down into Discord right now. There I are. And let's talk with our third place finisher. Let's talk to my good buddy here, Mr. Gary Godso, who joins me up here in the booth. It feels like it's been forever and a day since Gary and I have been in a booth together. I think the last time we were in a booth, I'm trying to think of a funny joke, and I've lost it. It's been a long time.
Woo! Man, I got to say, I had an awesome car. It's just a dumb driver. I could never, during practice, I could never pull off a green flag pit stop on the apron. I screwed that up during the green flag run there. I was going to try to pit with about 20 laps to go, get fresh tires, and then me and Mitchell were going to run up through the field. Of course, that fell to crap with me spinning. But man, I don't know what it was. I mean, just when the night time was the right time for my car, and it became lightning, and I could hold the bottom. I could go anywhere I wanted. It was just awesome, and it's been a while since we had one of these races for me. It just feels great. I've had nothing but crap luck this year when it comes to equipment and luck with the game. Sometimes where it doesn't load right, and you have to reload everything, and you find out you're 2 laps down. And just crap luck this year, from wheels to VR to everything, and it just feels so good. And especially the team needed it bad tonight. The team needed it horribly because we had LMC 29 points off our rear, and we knew that they were bringing their A game. When we saw Craig Forsyth hit the lineup today, they brought all their big hitters today because they're going to try to go for that team championship. So just like last year, we needed a big finish by our team, and I got a podium last year to secure the team championship this year, get a podium and help our team secure the team championship this year. So 2 in a row for Team VOR. So I'm very proud of that, and it's a great finish, a great team day, good cooperation. Man, I'm just excited because I just had a crap luck of a year, and it's just finally good to get a good result under the belt.
Well, I'm happy for you, and I can hear the happiness in your voice there. I got to ask, though, obviously you got the win at St. Louis. How many top 5s is this now for you altogether? Because I know you've had that kind of struggle.
So I finished on the podium at Homestead Season 2. I finished on the podium last year at Vegas, and then podium here. So it's been a struggle, but it hasn't always been without good success. You'll always find me always in the top 10, but never in the upper portion of the top 10. And tonight, just the car was great. Just want to thank all my teammates, Team VOR, Julian, Oscar, Gavin, all the guys with Gavin's team, all the guys on 5150, all the guys on Kamigoya that made things happen tonight. I want to thank Midwest Internet Exchange, Midwest Data Exchange, Roma Collectibles. They've been supporting me all year long. And it was good to get the new paint job out that I haven't run since Indy fixed. That I got a 4th place there with that. Didn't look good tonight, but ended up finishing well. Didn't bring it home looking good, but it was already after the finish. So, man, I'm just super jazzed for everything, and kind of on a big adrenaline high to end this night.
Yeah, I would say, man, nice job tonight. Congratulations, and also you're lucky that as I'm talking to you, I've been trying to figure it out, find any kind of stats, and I was trying to think. I was going to go find a random driver in IndyCar history that has the same amount of top 5s as you, and I couldn't look quick enough. So congratulations on that still, and I mean that in a joking way. But great job tonight in all seriousness. Obviously, I'm happy for you because I know you definitely bust your tail out here, not only as an owner but as a driver to succeed and do your best. And I know you've had a lot of frustrations. I think this is the first time we've actually done an interview together in this kind of setting. So congratulations on that, man, and your chance to give shout outs whoever you like to.
Again, to just all my sponsors, all my teammates, congratulations to Alex. He was racing with me there at the end. He on his 2nd consecutive championship. He's a class act. Just you guys for continuing to cover the league, and just everybody watching at home. I hope we put on a good show. A little embarrassing at times, spinning and causing my own yellow, but wouldn't be the first time I've done that. So thanks a lot, and man, it's we're gonna have fun tonight. We're gonna go and enjoy this night.
Attaboy. Go enjoy yourself tonight, and congratulations on the win, or 3rd. Feels like a win.
One of these days we'll get there. Woo! But 3rd place feels just the same.
Great job tonight, man. Congratulations.
All right, man.
All right. That is Gary Godso, of course, finishing in the 3rd position. Let's talk to our runner-up tonight. How about this guy having a back-to-front type of night? Starts on pit road and comes out with a 2nd-place run. Mr. Musselman, nice job. Congratulations on P2.
Hey there, Scala. Thank you very much. Yeah, started from the pit road. Just wanted to not die early and focused on surviving for the first half of the race before really starting to make a charge toward the front there in the last 30 laps or so.
We'll talk about that racing because it seemed like, I don't know if it was the new tires or whatever it was, but the bottom line, after a while, people would move up the track. And some people, especially like Thomas, we'll talk to him about that in a second, but you were able to just kind of run that bottom and make it happen.
Yeah, I practice that here. I know the bottom normally opens up because people are more comfortable on the top, and it tends to get a little loose late in the run off a turn 4. So especially if you're on the bottom. So I practice it a lot, and I have different tools that I use for when I'm down there. And yeah, basically the bottom was open, and you could just drive by half the field, just chilling on the bottom. And then once you're in the leader, it's almost impossible to pass the leader in this package, unfortunately. So once I got to P2, it was all about getting the best restart I can and really protecting P2. And if I can get lucky and get in front at the right time, great. Otherwise, it's going to be a podium. I'm happy with the podium.
Yeah, great job, man. Happy for you. Great run. I know you've had your struggles again, like we were talking to Gary a second ago about his struggles and things. You've had your share. It's got to feel pretty good to get a top 2 tonight.
Yeah, I've had a lot of bad luck this season. It's nice to end it on a high note. Haven't committed to next season yet, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, great season. Congratulations to Alex on the championship.
Well said, man. Great. Congrats on your 2nd place run. Shout out to whoever you like to.
All my turn 4 racing people, and all my friends over at Raceverse as well, of course. But thank you for broadcasting. Enjoy our brief off season, and have a good holiday.
Absolutely. You do the same, my man. Appreciate your time.
Thanks. Yeah.
AJ Musselman finishing in his 2nd position this evening. And let's talk with our champion, shall we? Alex Van de Sande, of course, pulling out the win this evening in the championship race between you and Porcelli. Congratulations, Alex. Now a back-to-back VOR IndyCar Series champion.
Yeah, just put together another season. This one definitely more consistent throughout. Had some moments, but yeah, just brought it home at the end in the last 2 races. Just really proud of how I was able to drive. And work through some of those moments I had mid-season.
Seemed like obviously his last 2 weeks were very tense, going to tracks like Daytona and running in a huge pack, and then coming into Chicagoland running in a huge pack for most of the race. How stressful was it knowing that like one wrong move by anybody and it was gone?
Very. And I guess my strategy for them was to just stay close to the front, so like I'd be ahead of anything that happened, and definitely worked out today and at Daytona. We were like all of us that were outside the top three really were on a strategy to win the race, like just with all the fuel saving, and then of course it didn't matter because people couldn't pit. So like it would have been interesting if it had stayed green, like because it definitely could have, but just wasn't really going for the win. Just wanted a strong result. Just knew I needed to beat David, and that's how it worked out.
What kind of thoughts went through your mind when you seen him mid-race kind of just come shooting up through the field and up to the front there at one point?
Oh, I wasn't too worried because, I mean, at that point, like, fuel was going to be super tight. So it's like, okay, well, he got up here by burning fuel, so he's going to be at a disadvantage later. Like, and as long as I stayed within a couple spots of him, I'd be okay. So I just kind of let him by and then used his draft to fuel save even more. So, wasn't too worried about that.
Well, man, that's it's a big-time deal to get out here and win yourself back-to-back championships. It's not easy to do anymore in this kind of world with the competitiveness of not only this league, but just pretty much anywhere you see any kind of if it's simulator, if it's real life, any kind of sports, it's hard to go back-to-back in anything. So not to mention 3 times in a row at Indianapolis. So you've got that definitely on lockdown too. But great job tonight, man, and shout out to whoever you like to.
Yeah, as always, big thanks to my usual sponsors, lmcgear.com, Happy Trails Chili Company, and big thanks to everybody on Team lmcgear.com, Craig, Cohen, Jim. Jim was feeling sick, so he wasn't able to drive tonight, but Craig and Cohen both did an awesome job hanging out at the front. They had issues towards the end, but we've all been super strong this season. We really gave Team VOR a run for their money in the team's championship, but just didn't quite get it there at the end. But we'll get it. We'll get them next time. So really proud of them, and really looking forward to running next season with them.
All right, man. Well, great job tonight. Congratulations on another championship, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Chris.
You too, Alex. Alex Van de Sant there, the champion of season number 5 of the VOR Apex Stage Coaching IndyCar Series. But now the man that went out and stole the show tonight, need we say. Congratulations to Thomas Geisler, who dominates the race, comes up through the field twice, and goes to victory lane. I saw a post recently, Thomas, that said, hey, your day's coming. And I guess that day was
Thank
tonight,
you very much. Yeah, it was perfect for me. I was not sure if it was perfect, especially the first 2 cautions we were unlucky, very unlucky. Dakota and me, and the second one was Shane and me, and yeah, we were on the back of the field, but I could catch up to the front, and everything worked perfect in the end. It was a great race.
You seem to be able to put that car right down on that white line all race long, no matter how old the tires were. What did you find? Was it either in practice or maybe a session earlier in the week that was like, man, I've got something here?
I just somehow I'm always good here, and I think just the bars were good. I was confident, and I was just going for it. I think it was one of the best races I ever did. I didn't notice anything around me. The guys were talking about something, but I didn't notice because I was so into the race that was really good.
Well, great job tonight, and man, it's a win they can't take away from you, I always like to say. So congratulations on that. Welcome to Victory Lane at VOR, and shout out to whoever you like to.
Yes, first of all, congrats to Alex for the championship, of course. He had a great year, great season. And then, of course, thanks to Raceverse. It's always a pleasure to drive with my teammates, with Matt, Shane, and Dakota. Thank you to Sunset Arctic Games and Dakota And of course, to Julian, putting the league together and doing a good job. And you for broadcasting it.
Nice.
And to all the guys always who made it a good race.
Absolutely, man. You were part of it. So nice job tonight. Congratulations. Welcome to Victory Lane, and go celebrate with the team.
I will do. Thanks. Hey, bye-bye.
Absolutely. Thomas Geisler, winner tonight here at Chicagoland Speedway. First career win for the young man. Congratulations to Thomas. Let me get Porcelli up here for a second. I saw him pop in the channel. I was like, I want to talk to him because I know the heartbreak, but still nothing to be ashamed of this season for you. As you got a couple wins in your first full season here, and I think next season you're going to see some good things coming your way, I would expect. But let's talk tonight, obviously, the heartbreak there at the end.
Yeah, well, overall, in terms of this, the race, it's tough. I'd been running map 5 the whole race, trying to make it on a 2-stopper, managed to save the fuel. Honestly, I think my mistake came from switching to map 1. That was probably like my 3rd or 4th lap at full rich. And I think I just had a little bit more under the foot than I had been adjusting for 150 laps. And I think that caught me off. So, yeah, I'm really sorry to Mitchell. Like, I never would want to end another person's race. I had my own race to run. I was on used tires with 4 gallons of gas left, and so I was doing everything I could to get up to Alex. I knew if I'd won and he finished 5th that I had a chance at the championship. So that was my focus on those last 10 laps. I knew I had to pull something out of the bag, and I gave it all, right? Give it everything or go home. So I went with the former.
Man, that's what it's all about. But it's still a great season on your part to come out with. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was 2 wins this season in your first campaign, and obviously next season looks like some big things coming from you.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting my head down on the sim thing. I think I've exemplified my performance throughout this season in multiple respects, in the IR18, public broadcasts, on VOR. I think everyone knows what I have to offer here. Unfortunately, I've encountered more verbal abuse from the VOR community than I've ever encountered in iRacing, and that's really unfortunate. I'm the number 2 driver on this grid. I beat everyone but Alex. So, frankly, I'm going to sign off with that and move on to bigger and better things because I won't stand for stuff like that. The competition has been great. Julian does his best to put together a series where everyone is feeling comfortable. He's even stood up for me when people have gotten over line. So I don't hold anything against that form of the administration. But yeah, I'm not going to tolerate that stuff, especially when I'm putting down performances that I have. So I'm just going to lay it down.
Fair enough. All right. Well, still congrats on your great season you had. It's something you went out there and did, and you did your part, winning a couple races and second in the points. And congratulations on that. And hey, give shout outs whoever you like to also.
Yeah, shout out to Alex. I mean, that was amazing to have someone to compete with like that throughout the season. I see him in a lot of different places on the track, and we're always respectful with each other, and we race well. So that was a lot of fun. Shout out to Julian because we were crazy close through most of the season. He didn't have any wins. He was just consistent. So that's impressive, and that's something to take home. Second in oval focus series, and I'm a rookie on these oval things. So I'll take it all day. That's a win for me. So yeah, I had a lot of fun, and that's another notch in my belt, and on to the next one.
Nice job, man. Congratulations on your second place run.
Thanks so much for the broadcast this year, Chris. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I'll be in touch.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
David Porcelli finishing in the second position there. And
Well,
that leaves me with Julian, the boss man, who brings home the Owners' Championship. You get to go on after the pipe bomb there from him. But great job tonight, and congratulations on VOR winning another championship.
yeah, we'll just close over that stuff from before. But yeah, it was a great season from our team. It was a big step forward for us as a team in general. So really proud of all the guys, and also on well, I don't like to say it this way, but on kind of the B teams as well. We've all been helping each other out, and just had one big team of like 12 cars at some point. So it was a pleasure to work with them together. And of course, Gary took over the team captain role as well. So he did some pretty good stuff with the team, and really got us to the next level in the last few races. So hopefully for season 6 we can, well, of course, win the team's championship again, but also have a shot at the drivers, because I know that these guys are all capable of that, and including myself, we can all make a challenge for it. So we'll be doing our best to make it happen and try to have a good go at it.
Yeah, it's still a great season for you tonight. Not the best of races. We won't talk about it for your sake. But let's talk a little bit about the season coming, because as you saw, as we showed tonight, you got 4 big seasons coming up. You've got an 05 season coming. You have a Christmas Cup. I believe it's the second time you guys have done that. You have the Euro Series, and, of course, Season 6 coming on January the 8th. A lot of big things coming with VOR.
Yeah, we've all been expanding the league, as you guys probably know, if you've even followed VOR. We did some NASCAR and F1 stuff before. It didn't quite work out for us, so just IndyCar is really our home, and that's what we built the community around in the first place. So we're going to expand in that direction. So we went to the IRO5 for the Christmas Cup again, like we did last year, and then to have a proper league with it as well, to kind of build into that. So you could kind of see the Christmas Cup as a practice, or I guess getting familiar with the IRO5 to do the 2005 series, which will be sponsored by Dakota the Maid, by the way, with Sunset Arctic Graphics. So he sponsored Texas this season too, so check it out. But yeah, got the Euro Series as well, which is returning for a second official season when it's part of VOR. It's been running as the Platinum IndyCar Series before, but yeah, that's returning for season 4 in January, and of course the main stuff, which has always been around since last year when we ran our first race. So gonna be an interesting second year with some expansion to do, and we're gonna try to make the best of it. Should be a lot of fun and a lot of competitive racing as well. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, great job tonight. Congratulations. If you want to send some shout-outs, you can. Otherwise, man, the championship's yours. We're looking forward to Season 6. We get roughly a month off, and we'll be back for that here on the network.
Yes, so let me quickly think of this one so I don't forget anybody. So I want to thank everybody on Team VOR, Gary for being the team captain now, all the guys, Oscar, Gavin, Robert, all those guys on the main team, and all the guys on 5150, Kamigoye Esports, GSM Esports, and also I guess I have to thank James Watson from Team Watson Racing, because he kind of lent Ty to us for this season, so I have to thank him for allowing us to do that in other leagues as well. So yeah, that's great. I want to thank Isaac for sponsoring the series overall with the prize money involved with Apex Stage Coaching, so check it out. Great coaching lessons he does. So if you want to take it to the next level on iRacing, especially in the IndyCar, check it out. Apex Stage Coach on Twitter. I believe he's also working on a website which is not officially launched yet, so I can't point you in that direction just yet, but that's coming soon, I've heard. Also want to thank you for broadcasting this season, and looking forward to have you again for Season 6. Want to thank Matt Houston for running the series with me, Gary Gotzo once again for also coordinating the special events like we did at Daytona with deliveries. We have voting open for Season 6 as well, with some good options in there. And I want to thank everybody that raced in the league this season and this year as well. All the partners, all the companies that sponsored our races, want to thank them as well. There are too many to name, so I won't bother, but they all know who they are, and they're all great people. So thanks everybody for supporting the series. And I think that is everything and everybody. So I want to thank everybody once again, and also the viewers for coming and checking in, week week out to watch our races.
That was definitely a lot, but hey, well said.
Yeah.
Great job. You've got Dollar General, though. Anyways, inside joke. All right, great job tonight, Julian, and congratulations on the team championship.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. So, Julian Altonen, VOR Racing, the champions of the team side of things. Congratulations to him, and we're going to be heading out ourselves, and well, we'll go celebrate with Thomas and VOR and all the guys. We'll just go have some good time in Chicago. I'm sure there's somewhere we can go and get some pizza or something. So great job to everybody a part of the series this season. I'm looking forward to being back in January. I'm going to go and find some time to actually relax for a little bit. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Congratulations, Thomas Geisler. Well-earned first career win for you. Alex Van de Sant, congrats on your back-to-back championships, VOR and the team championship. And everyone else, appreciate all watching here this evening. And just always remember one thing of the day. This isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya!